In a historic statement, imprisoned Kurdistan Workers' Party, or PKK, leader Abdullah Öcalan called for disarmament and a transition to democratic politics, and urged reconciliation and a new political framework. Kurds gathered in Diyarbakir, Van and Kamishlo in anticipation of Abdullah Öcalan's long-awaited statement, which many hope will mark a turning point in the Kurdish political struggle. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdoğan warned Republican People's Party, or CHP, leader Özel to watch his step after Özel criticized the military leadership over the expulsion of 5 lieutenants, while the CHP condemned the remarks as a threat. A British delegation has visited northern and eastern Syria to discuss security challenges, Turkish attacks, and democratic aspirations with AANES officials. Abdullah Öcalan, the imprisoned Kurdish leader, has issued a historic call for disarmament and democratic reconciliation, calling on the Kurdistan Workers' Party, or PKK, to disband and integrate into political society. His long-awaited statement was publicly read out in Turkish by Pervin Buldan and in Kurdish by veteran Kurdish politician Ahmet Türk at a packed event at Istanbul's elite World Hotel. The announcement, which was attended by MPs, mayors, over 250 journalists and 120 press agencies, was broadcast live to thousands gathered in Diyarbakir, Van and Mersin. In his statement, Öcalan reflected on the historical role of the PKK, saying that although the organization was born in response to oppression and the denial of Kurdish identity, it has fulfilled its mission. He called on the PKK leadership to convene a congress to formally dissolve the group and move towards democratic politics, declaring, "There is no path outside of democracy for system building and implementation. Democratic reconciliation is the fundamental method." The statement comes amid heightened political discussions, with recent statements by Nationalist Movement Party leader Devlet Bahçeli, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdoğan, and other political figures setting the stage for renewed dialogue. The announcement was met with emotional reactions in the audience, with many seeing it as a defining moment in Kurdish-Turkish relations and a significant step towards lasting peace. Ahead of Abdullah Öcalan's historic call, Kurdish communities across the region gathered in large numbers, waiting in anticipation for his message. Events were organized in cities such as Diyarbakir, Van and Kamishlo, where large screens were set up to broadcast the statement, drawing thousands into the streets. In Kamishlo, celebrations took place at the municipal stadium, where people from all age groups assembled early in the morning. The event was marked by speeches, traditional music, and chants expressing solidarity with Öcalan, reflecting the deep-rooted significance of his message in the region. The Kurdistan Democratic Communities Congress in Europe had described the forthcoming message as a crucial political milestone, urging people to mobilize and participate in the public gatherings. Civil society organizations, activists, and political groups joined the call, with celebrations and discussions taking place in various locations. Many believed that Öcalan's words would provide critical direction for the future of the Kurdish movement, democracy, and peace efforts. As the time of the statement approached, excitement grew among the crowds, with chants, speeches, and songs filling the air. The scale of participation reflected the significance attached to Öcalan's message, which many hoped would mark a new phase in the political struggle for Kurdish rights. Turkish President Erdoğan warned main opposition leader Özel over his remarks on the expulsion of 5 lieutenants from the Turkish armed forces, stating, "Watch your step. If you don't, we know how to make you." He announced that military leaders would take legal action against Özel, while the CHP denounced the comments as a threat. During a parliamentary group meeting, Özel had criticized the dismissals, revealing that the board's chair, Lieutenant General Tevfik Algan, had objected to the decision but was pressured to resign. He accused top commanders of orchestrating a campaign against officers who identified as Mustafa Kemal's soldiers. Erdoğan, responding at an AKP meeting, said Özel had no right to criticize the military's leadership, warning him to know his place. He also stated that senior commanders would file lawsuits against the opposition leader. CHP Parliamentary Group Deputy Chair Ali Mahir Bashara condemned Erdoğan's remarks, stating, "You cannot threaten our leader through the military." He further criticized Erdoğan's shifting political roles, saying, "One day you are the AKP chair, another day the president, and then the commander-in-chief. You cannot sustain your rule by changing masks and resorting to intimidation politics." Bashara insisted that the opposition would not be silenced, adding, "We are the soldiers of the Republic, we do not bow down, and we do not step back." The dispute has heightened political tensions, bringing the military to the center of an ongoing power struggle between the ruling AKP and the main opposition, CHP. A UK delegation visited Qamishli in northeastern Syria from the 24th to the 26th of February to assess the situation in the region, discuss security threats, and bring local demands to the attention of the UK government. The delegation included Martin Round, Mayor of Maidstone, Karen Constantine, Deputy Leader of the Labour Group on Kent County Council, Sir Roger Lyons, former President of the TUC, and Jason Kaplan, Director of Mid-Kent Aviation. Meetings were held with AANES officials, including Qamishli Municipality co-chairs Berivan Omar and Estevo Masood, and Foreign Relations co-chairs Ilham Ahmed and Fanar Kait. Discussions focused on Turkish attacks, the security situation, and democratic aspirations in the region. The delegates visited the airport, which was recently transferred to AANES control, and expressed support for the administration's efforts to maintain stability. The visit came amid Syria's political transition following the fall of the Assad regime, with Turkish-backed forces continuing attacks in the north. Members of the delegation pledged to bring local concerns to the attention of the British government and to support peace efforts.